Jersey. Kind of a tricky track, to be honest with you. Two places that are kind of tricky. First of all, it's got this crazy banked oval. It's like a miniature Irwindale, but the bank is super steep. So when you drive into that first oval, it's really, really difficult to get the back bumper right up next to the wall early on. The second part that's difficult is coming off the bank down onto the actual flat. When you do that, the car bounces. It's hard to set the suspension up for that. When I attack this track, I really like to come in with like a clutch kick instead of a handbrake on the first corner, and that gets the back end right up next to the wall really early. It's very committal, and it's hard for people to stay behind you on that one. And then I like to come off the bank just a little bit early to make the transition smoother. And then it's a matter of a real late brake for the hard right turn. And then on the figure eight, basically, stay flat out over the bumps, make as much smoke as you can, and when you're following, try not to get lost.
When it comes to the sport of drifting, we all have our different unique styles of approaching the track. We all come in at different speeds, different line, different angles. But ultimately, when it comes to competition like Formula Drift, it's going to come down to the judges and how they want us to drive. The judges are up there in the judges' tower watching us run all day long. Next to the judges' tower is a spotter stand. There's my spotter, Ben Chong, that stands in the spotter stand watching me run as well. The judges are going to relay the message to Ben and how they want me to make my changes. Ben will then relay the same message to me, and I'll make changes accordingly.
So we know what the judges are looking for. We know what feels good from the driving seat. It's time basically to go do your worst and see what happens.
So we just finished our event here at Round 3 Formula Drift New Jersey. Overall, I think we had a great experience here. We learned a lot about the new setup of the car. Things were really going really well. Although I still have to tell you, I don't really like this track. It's still tough on the car. It's not really that exciting to drive, but you know, the fans love it because you can see everything up close right in front of you. So let me take you through my rounds for today. In the top 32, we went up against Matt Walden in his 350Z. Matt, he's a great driver. He's a champion from DNCC in Canada, so I didn't really want to, underestimate his driving style. But luckily, our car was so much more set up for the track. The first lap, I led, and pretty much opened up a big gap, big enough so that we had a bigger advantage in the second lap. The second lap going in, I knew he was kind of a little low on speed, so I had to be aware that if I catch up to him too quick, I might straighten out and lose a round. So what I did with the straightaway was open up a little gap, and as soon as we hit the bank, I caught up to him, but I caught up too quick to the point where I almost straightened out, and at that point I was like, oh shoot, what do I do? So I just kind of gave it a little more power by kicking the clutch, and I was able to prevent the straightening up from happening.
In the round of 32, which is always a really stressful one, I had Cyrus, which he's in an S13. Those cars are old, but surprisingly fast. I was able to gap him a little bit, leading him, and then following him. He slowed up a little bit in a couple of the corners, but I didn't hit him, and I was able to kind of stay pretty close to him, so we moved on from there. In the round of 16, pulled up with Stefan Verdier. Following Stefan initially, I don't know what happened, but his wheel went underneath his car. He jumped like 4 feet in the air. I saw the underside of his car and slammed on the brakes and slid within an inch of him and stopped and barely didn't hit him. It was so close.
Yeah, there's a wheel right there, so,
The next round was against Darren McNamara in the top 16.
You got that.
Darren, I've actually lost him here last year, so I kind of wanted my revenge back and, outdrive him, but his car is really fast, and as fast as our car is, his car is so much lighter, so, some parts of the track I had a better advantage because, again, our car is set up really well for this track, but just have to say it was just his day again, and hopefully next time if we ever do hit him again in the top 32 rounds or top 16 or anywhere, I'd like to take him out.
In the round of 8, I was against Ryan Turk. And Ryan has been one of the fastest guys. We put on a brand new set of Hankooks, scrubbed them in to the right temp, and I just went as fast as I could. Had a good initiation with him, really, really committal, almost hit him right entering the bank. It would have been a big crash for us both, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Stuck with him pretty well, and then following him, I think he dropped down on the bank a little bit. Whatever happened, I don't know, but we moved on. In the round of 4, I went against JR, and doing the burnout to clean the tires, the first time I've ever felt the NASCAR engine stumble, ever. It kind of had a little stumble to it. I was a little bit worried about it. The guy says don't worry about it, so I got on the line, went to take off following JR, and there was nothing there. It just stumbled, and it took about half the track to clear out. So I don't know what the deal was. We're still looking at the mapping to figure out what that was, but I was a little bit desperate to try to keep up, and then I'm sure he followed pretty well, and we lost that round. So in the consolation round, went against Darren McNamara. He damaged his car. We gave him a little extra time, more than the 5 minutes, so we didn't win on a 5-minute rule, and he did an amazing job driving that car with so much toe in. It was unbelievable. He had looked like 30 degrees of toe in, but in leading him, he chased me pretty good, I assume, but I saw him on the last corner right next to me with some shallow angle, which is a good opportunity to show the judges how much more angle one car has than the other. So I increased the angle, and I don't know why he didn't do the same, but he decided to kind of go right through me, which is what happened, and spun out, but ended up getting the win for that. So that puts us in 3rd place. I hate to see so much carnage on the track. There were some great clean runs. It doesn't need to be a crash fest, but ultimately, I finally get some new bodywork. That's really what this is about. Stefan doesn't like to replace the bodywork. We've got the same bumpers and everything that we've had on the car since its birth at Long Beach last year. So hopefully we'll have a new deal for the next event, and try to get back on the podium in Seattle.
Overall, I think things went really well, and we learned a lot about the car, and we need to make a lot of changes before round 4 Seattle. So we're going to make those changes, come back even stronger, faster, and hopefully be on the finals or even on the top with Tanner Faust. That'll be cool.
So we'll just try to kind of carry the momentum.